Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get sick all the time and other people don't? Like, take my baby sister, for example. Growing up, Melody was always getting strep throat. You could practically say strep throat and she'd get it. We lived in the same house and yet I never got strep throat. Why was she always getting strep throat, but I wasn't? And what about the food we eat? Have you ever wondered why some people do so well eating low carb, high protein foods while others struggle to see results eating the same food? One time, I tried the vegan lifestyle. After a week of being vegan, I thought I was dying. I wasn't dying of hunger, but I had no energy and felt weak. What's up with that? I was eating lots of fruits and veggies. I should have felt like a rock star, right? Why does the vegan lifestyle work for some, but not others? According to Dr. D'Adamo, our blood type, whether it be A, B, AB, or O, is the key that unlocks the door to the mysteries of health, disease, longevity, physical vitality, and emotional strength. Our blood type origin is based upon our early ancestors' way of living. If we can adjust some of our habits to be in accordance with our ancestral blood type, we will be healthier, happier, and slow the process of aging. Today I'm going to open your eyes to a new way of thinking about how your health is tied into your blood type, and then challenge you to make some small changes to your life and see the improvement for yourself. According to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, more than 2/3 of all death are caused by one or more of these 5 chronic diseases: heart disease, cancer, stroke, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and diabetes. Now, I bet every one of you can picture the face of someone you know who has struggled with one of these diseases. I know I can. Whenever I hear the words heart problems or diabetes, I see my dad's face. And 2/3 of all death? That is a pretty big piece of the pie. As a society, we need to focus less on treating these diseases with prescription medicine and instead put the majority of our focus on preventing these diseases. According to the Health Testing Center's website, your blood type can help you learn about your risk factors for developing serious health issues in the future. Knowledge is power, and knowledge about your blood type is a big step towards preventing health problems. A little more than 10 years ago, my dad's diabetes were getting out of control. His doctor said it was time to put him on insulin. My mom convinced the doctor to give her 2 months to work. My mom convinced the doctor to give her 2 months to work with my dad to try to get his glucose numbers under control so he wouldn't have to go on insulin. During those 2 months, my mom decided to have my dad live according to his blood type, which just so happens to be blood type A. According to Dr. D'Adamo, A's are biologically predisposed to heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. My dad not only struggled with glucose levels, but he has a bad heart. According to research, people with blood type A flourish on a vegetarian diet, unlike type O's like me. A vegetarian diet with no meat is my kryptonite. In addition to changing what my dad was putting in his mouth, he had to add in physical activity that was not only good for his body, but even more importantly, helped him alleviate stress that was putting pressure on his heart. Now for me, a type O, when I want to head off stress, I need to do some vigorous activity. Stacking wood, shoveling snow, those are perfect activities that help me with stress. But for my dad, the type A guy, reducing stress requires quiet and calming activities. My dad started taking slow walks on back roads every day. He would walk a few miles, but they were always slow, calming walks. After 2 months of following the blood type A lifestyle, my dad once again went to the clinic to get his blood drawn. When the results came in the mail, I didn't understand what all the glucose and sucrose numbers meant, but what I did read very clearly and understand was the handwritten note the doctor left at the top of the page for my mom. It said, "Susan, I don't know what you're doing differently with Greg, but keep it up. His numbers have never looked better." Visualize a world where we have less suffering and death from things like heart attack, cancer, and diabetes, where people can stop relying on antidepressants and instead know how to prevent depression in the first place. Imagine being more resilient to the winter flu, or even better, having your immune system ready to head off things like the coronavirus. Can you imagine knowing your body is prepared to the best of its ability to do what it's supposed to do? Fight for your life? As I said earlier, we as a society need to focus less on treating with prescription medicine and instead put the majority of our focus on prevention. Living according to our blood type allows our body to arm itself with its own defense against things that comes at it. I challenge you to try it for yourself. Find out what your blood type is, research what changes you need to make according to your blood type, and give it a go. What have you got to lose? You may be surprised to find that you become healthier and happier. You might even slow the process of aging.